Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Welcome to Weekend Review, in which we give you some quick thoughts of what happened this week, talk about the videos that came out, and then if you want deeper thoughts than our quick recaps here, you can check that out in the links below. So let's go ahead and jump into it. It was a packed week, lots of goodies. Let's see what everybody else has done. Then I'll come back around and tell you some things I did and just some catch-all for the week. Let's do it.
Okay, this week I was only in one review, and that was Maximum Apocalypse Wasted Wilds. And I really liked the game. I think if you like the Maximum Apocalypse, the theme and everything, this one streamlines everything. I really liked it. This replaces the original for me. And I gave it an 8.5. So check out that review. Also check out on my next 71 through 80, I think, dropped this week, but the next top 10. So check those out of the channel. Mine and everybody else are on there. They're always fun to watch. All right, thanks guys.
Week in review. For me this week, me and Chris took a look at Chaos Order from Garfield Games. This is Circadians Chaos Order. This was an area control game with lots of interesting decisions on like how you're gonna cost different actions and doing all these different things around a board. And the areas you need to control to win the game get smaller and smaller, and each alien faction has different objectives to win the game. This is my style of game. I really enjoyed it. I love games that have that hybrid feel of like being able to fight with different types of combat, and then also being able to have those meaningful Euro-y decisions. I loved it. It was a lot of fun, but it was a 7.5 based mostly on the time length. I don't know how often I'm gonna get it to the table, and there's a lot of complexities on teaching the game here and there. It might take a little bit to get people into it, but I still really enjoyed the game. And then also our top 100s are still going on, so make sure to check those out every week. This was in the 70s. Definitely lots of good games there, but that's what I took a look at this week.
Hi, I'm Wendy Yee, and this week I did a pile of small box games with Chris. So basically what we did is we went through, I think it was like 6 different games, and they're all little games, and so we just did a quick review on all of them. Quick explanation, nothing big overviews or anything like that. So I think it was a good video, so go ahead and check that out, and let's see who's next.
Hey everyone, Chris here. This week I took a look at Circadians Chaos Order. This is a game I gave an 8. It is one that I really like. I really enjoy all of the good decisions, the mechanical underpinnings and everything of it. An area control game, an epic scale one that can take many hours to play. It is big, it is long, it's audacious, but it's fun. It's really well designed. It has a good end game goal in mind. I like the asymmetry. I like what's going on with this one. It's an 8 because I had so much fun, but also I do have those little hesitancies where I worry about how often am I actually going to be able to play this one, but I'm very impressed. A great Garfield game. Wendy and I also did a video where we took a look at 6 small little card games. That's such a quick little video. I'm not going over all of them here, but you should check that out. The top 100, everything else that's been going on, and that has been my week.
Hey there everybody, it's Mike DeLisio, and this week I re-uploaded a top 10 deck building games list that was premiered during the Dice Tower 36-hour gaming marathon. So if you want to see the definitive deck building list, you can check that out. I also reviewed a game called Little Tokyo, coming from publisher Hellberg's Games. Little Tokyo is a dexterity stacking game with some really lovely looking chunky wooden pieces, but ultimately I only could give the game a 5 out of 10 because I felt like there was really not much to it. Other than just stacking, there was no hook. It didn't really build up to these big, intense moments where you're waiting to see if something's going to fall or not. It usually seemed pretty obvious whether a piece was going to be successfully stacked or not. So there's a lot of great stacking games on the market. I couldn't give a recommendation to Little Tokyo. All right, well, that's it for me this week. Let's keep it moving.
And hello from Brazil. So this is what I have that I did this week. I took a look at a couple Marvel Legendary expansions, Black Widow, which I gave a 7 out of 10 to, and Black Panther, an 8 out of 10. They both have characters in them and some new rules and stuff. You can look at the reviews to see what they're like. I also took a look at Broken and Beautiful with Z. I really liked this drafting game. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I really liked the theme, 8 out of 10. The Finest Fish, which is one of the best kind of games for new people who never played games before, but also I enjoyed it a lot, 8 out of 10. Also, the scales on the fish, fantastic. I did a video on how we prep the Dice Tower library. I took a look at my top 10 bag building games and the top 10 best of the worst. And of course, we had lots of live shows and stuff. So hope you enjoyed that. By the time you watch this, I'm back in America. We got more stuff coming for you this week.
As for myself, I was part of the BattleTech Learn to Paint video. This is a video in which
Camilla and myself painted using a Learn to Paint kit from BattleTech. So check that out if you want to hear my thoughts as someone who barely paints, and Camilla, who has been painting for a while, and what we thought of the kit itself and the sort of project included within it. I did a rapid-fire roundup in which I talked about 11 games and my thoughts. They run the gamut, so you're going to have to watch that video to see my thoughts on some of those games. But there's everything in there. Big games, small games, solo games, all sorts of things. Check that one out. I reviewed Broken and Beautiful, which I rated a 6 out of 10. This is a card drafting set collection game. A little bit like Sushi Go, and I thought it was a clever idea. It's got a beautiful theme, really interesting theme, but I thought the game wasn't as compelling as it could have been. It's very short, it's a very punchy game. The scoring's a little clunky, I thought, and then just the gameplay itself doesn't lead to a ton of aha moments. But there's some neat mechanisms in here, and I could certainly see it being a good filler for a lot of folks out there. Again, especially if you love this idea of broken pottery and that art style of fixing them with that gold inlay, and it's just a beautiful beautiful setting. And then I reviewed Maximum Apocalypse Wasted Wilds, which I rated an 8 out of 10. This is the latest in the Maximum Apocalypse line of games. There's been many, and this new one I think is excellent. It really tightens up the system. This feels to me in many ways like a 2.0, in which they added a secondary board that tracks weather and tracks the passage of time. There are now tribal characters in it, like groups of baddies, but they might be friendly with you depending on how that tribe views you. You can parlay with them and change their thoughts on you. They might be aggressive. They might not be aggressive. You are exploring. You are fighting all sorts of creatures, like wilderness creatures, and maybe more sci-fi stuff, all sorts of things. So really interesting box. Great jumping on point if you want to mess with this one. Yeah, the rules are a little fuzzy. The game could certainly use an FAQ included in the box, but what is there will be fun, and with a little boost from you, you're going to have a good time with it. Other than that, we've got lots of things going on the channel. You've got all the usual suspects like Board Game Breakfast, Smorgasbord. You've got, of course, some random ruckus that happened on Thursday. And then we've got some Dice Tower replays that were reposted from when we had the Spectacular. You're going to see some heavy hitters this week. You got Just One, a Frostpunk replay. We've even got Sleeping Gods and the replay for that getting posted. And of course, we are in the midst of the top 100s. So you're going to see 80 through 71 from lots of folks. We've got Roy, Camilla, Chris, and Wendy, and Joey, and I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, sorry, but I don't think I did. So lots of those. Check that out if you want to see what their thoughts are on their top 100 games. And then we've got a couple of top 10s that Tom did as well, including top 10 bag building games. So wall-to-wall content this week. Get to know the folks here at the Dice Tower, watch us play games, and listen to Tom ramble a bit. Hey, there you go. A little bit for everybody. They got to balance it out. So that's going to do it, folks. Thanks very much for watching. My name is Z Garcia. We'll see you on the next one.